Both teams went for double Guardians last time. Will they do it again this time? Torpedo, obviously, well, they went for 2 Hunters as well during that one. We'll see how this one plays out. And the biggest thing about that Torpedo one there was Ymir solo was one of the reasons for the magical damage, because they didn't have any anywhere else.
I mean, they needed it. And, I mean, Fafnir's got some pretty decent damage as well, but not the best.
He's more of a steroid guy than actual real burst damage.
He just makes everyone just do more damage.
He doesn't have that much.
You just got to steroid the Ymir. You know, his basic attack's going to hit harder. I mean, with Frostbite, pretty deadly. But
think about attack speed on the Ymir. Attack speed Ymir with those.
It's pretty nasty, actually. Whatever, though. They're going to be first pick this time.
No
and
Gamehunter.
That's going to be a targeted ban.
They'd rather have him on split push Apollo than have to deal with that Ymir again.
The front line Apollo with Heidi the Urchin, I remember that.
Well, Torpedo going to go back to banning Nemesis again. Whatever have the option to take back. Now, Susano was left up last time, and whatever did take that one immediately for themselves. So we'll see if they go for that again, because I'm not sure Pikachu really got off to a flying start on that.
Well, whatever actually, I think they banned Raijin in that position last time, in that second pick position. So that's also open if they want to look for that. But yeah, I mean, Pikachu on that Susano really didn't have any impact. And then once he fell behind, especially against the double Guardian comp, you really can't fight anyone, right? He could have looked for the 2 Hunters, but at a point, it became a point where the Hunters were just doing more damage than he could take.
Well, Bacchus got banned out last game, but they didn't want to give him Fafnir, so HalfDevil will get his Bacchus this game. Torpedo now have 2 picks for themselves. Susano available, Raijin available. And when you look at those two, if they both get locked in, it's a dangerous duo in the mid lane.
No hesitation from there. And is Bobek going to go kind of that Susano, or is he going to look for the monkey again?
You don't even have to think there.
I know.
mean, Raijin, Susano available. Yes, please, we'll take them both.
Whatever, though. Looking to respond here. They're actually going to take the Hunbat. So it was used pretty effectively against Susano in the last match, and it seems like Pikachu feels like it's a counter he's going to be able to take into this match. Whatever, could look for their Hunter. They honestly might want to take the Neath there if they're kind of comfortable with that conversation. Just kind of take away that core that Torpedo had for themselves.
That's very true. They could also go for the Hou-Yi as well, strip that one away from Moex, because I feel Torpedo will probably pick up their Guardian next. The reason I'm saying that is because otherwise, whatever will focus Murrdurr's God pull here, gods that are very effective, and Murrdur's got a pretty good Aiurz. You don't want to have him play with that one against the Bacchus and the Hunbats. And the Janus now.
And the Janus.
Yeah, I think Torpedo probably going to look for their support now. I don't think it'll be Aiurz though, but...
Jing Wei. So Jing Wei was actually banned last time, and I think it was banned by Torpedo, so I'll be interested to see kind of how this one plays out, because people said that Jing Wei was dead after Golden Bow being gone.
Completely agree. Everyone's been saying she's been very weak lately. There's the Hou-Yi ban as well. So Moex probably going to be on that Jing Wei as well.
Fans coming in from whatever here.
Surprised to see Moex go for the Jing Wei. Maybe it's because he gets the Bacchus and the knockups.
I mean, it's also just a whole lot of farm, right? You're going to be able to back in lane. Even if you get pressured out in lane, it's only going to take you 10 seconds to back to base and then fly back to the lane. Maybe it's 15. I don't know the actual numbers. I just made that one up. But it's less than 15.
Whatever. They've banned Athena already. Ymir off the table too, so already 2 Guardians down that Torpedo could look to pick up for themselves. Obviously, Gamehunter still needs to pick theirs. The Aiurz ban, but I kind of suspected at some point in this game as well. So Torpedo now with the first option. They're probably going to hold Gamehunter for the last pick here.
Just give him a counter he's comfortable with, whatever. Also, I do want to see if they switch it up. I want to see no numbers back on kind of more of a character that's going to be able to carry a game, like the Bologna. Torpedo, draft Sobek. A little bit of flex there. We could see Gamehunter go this if they want, which leaves a lot of options open for himself if he feels like Sobek's going to be best for the team in that soul lane role, or he thinks it's going to be something else.
Biggest thing I can see on Torpedo is mobility right now, but I can't really say that whatever don't have mobility either. Both these teams going for a lot of that. Some Wukong though for the front line here.
Okay.
Pretty much an all-rounder for the solo here. Generally, we see Raven's picked up this stage, but it seems like Raven's starting to fall from grace at the moment.
I mean, Raven's really about that pushing power, right? Just kind of abusing anyone with slow clear, like a Sobek, say, in the solo lane. And then once he gets into team fights, he's just a disruptor. Now, he does a fair amount of poke damage, right? He's not going to be able to 100-0 anyone, but he's just going to throw out those magic cudgels, go into Ox form, and just be a disruptor, right? Even Master's Will and AoE slow is super useful.
Cabrakan,
there it is. That's the solo.
Double Guardian one more time. It's going to be Cabrakan up against the Sun Wukong. Lofes went back to the Rama again. He found some decent snipes so far that game and managed to escape from a World Weaver or two. We'll see if we can find something here. Whatever. They need to find a win now to get at least 1 point out of this set against Torpedo. Torpedo find the win in this one, they will get themselves 3 points. And 3 points.
If you could find 3 points in your first matchup and you only need 5, ooh, that's very important.
5 guarantees you, but 4 can actually get you through as well. So see how this one goes. Torpedo though, this time around, aggression in mid. What is this flop about by HalfDevil? He was overextended overextended, out of position, and he knew he was going to get run down, so he's trying to run all the way back to home, and he will get away with that little piggy.
Nice attempt by Torpedo there. Definitely tried to pick off HalfDevil once he was warding up. HalfDevil, no wards in his inventory. You can see he placed one at the mid-harp. He's probably not in his preferred position, but more than likely Murrdurr still plucked about, and then the jump was forced very early, though. But that's the thing about Bacchus, right? You give him his flop at level 1, that's kind of what he wanted already.
I mean, you never have a choice. You're always going to take flop at level 1. There's no other ability you're really going to take at level 1, ever.
Could take burn.
I mean, you can if you're not going to get invaded or something, but taking flop, it guarantees you an escape or an engage if you need it, right?
It's very useful. Flop is the best.
Flop
is a top-tier movement ability.
Imagine like getting pulled and taking chug.
What movement ability is better than flop? I don't think there is one. I mean, Sobek's... No, I mean, it's got to... Just any movement ability.
Charge Prey.
That's non-ultimate.
Charge Prey.
I still got to give it to belly flop.
I'd probably give it Charge Prey.
Really?
Or Cabrakan's 1.
No.
I don't know.
Belly flop's way better.
Difficult. Maybe Somersault as well from Pikachu here. On this Hombat, taking up the blue buff. No invades from either team. A lot of wall coverage around the right-hand side as you normally expect. Torpedo want to know about those fire elementals. So they've got that wacky waving arm inflatable tube man there just to keep an eye on what's going on.
I actually didn't take note of the mid builds last time, but most going here, the tiny artifact with the Soul Stone now, so a little bit of lifesteal. We could actually start seeing more of the Bancroft's Talon picked up since it's buff.
I want to see how Aiurz plays this game.
NinjaBobat
is, well, he's going to dash away for now. The overhand smash is going to be good enough for it. It's Pikachu will pick up first blood.
That's brutal.
And I was going to mention Aiurz needs to have a better game on Janus than he did last game. He did find the snipes, but that portal unstable vortex combo just picked up first blood.
I got to give full credit as well to NinjaBobat there. He purifies the slow and Hombat somersault before it even connects, but the issue is the overhand smash, it was still off cooldown, so he's able to finish him off. The issue now is that there's still, how often, 130 seconds, and we could see Pikachu hit 5 and force another kill on NinjaBobat early on. If I'm this Hombat, that's what I'm looking for.
Well, Giro lane on the side of Torpedo, pushing in a little bit more onto HalfDevil and Lofes early on. Kind of expected a little bit, just because the wave plays a little bit better from Moex. HalfDevil going to get plucked into danger, but immediately not panic, going to flop the minion wave, focusing the creeps to reduce the damage.
And Rama also receiving a little bit of a buff near the end of the split or before it ended. Pluck actually could come out from Sobek here. I don't know what the time here is. There it is.
Lopez, and a great knock-up as well to follow up, as well as a tail whip there as well. Murrdurr going to get flopped on, and HalfDevil just really abusing the knock-ups.
He knocked Murrdurr up and then knocked himself up too. But a little bit of miscommunication there from Moex and Murrdurr. Murrdurr actually trying to find that knock-up before. Double knock-up once again on the left-hand side, but no follow-up.
Right-hand side, you can see a little bit of pressure coming out from Pikachu. He is level 5 right now, looking for Gamehunter here.
This is a good gank. He needs to force something at least before the purification comes back online for Bobat.
Flopping again from HalfDevil, but a knock-up from Moex is good. HalfDevil still under pressure here, but Lofes just going to clear out those creeps. The poke is very good in this lane. Health potions.
HalfDevil's out of health potions, so he needs to be careful here. Pikachu, though, trying to set up a kill on the mid lane. There's the jump. They're going to look for Bobat. Oh, but he actually teleports to the back of Aiurz, and there's the dash away once again. Bobat, though, should fall. One more hit is needed, and it's the snipe.
Space and time, one more time from Aiurz, going to be on the mark. Taunt damage from Korinyo is good there. Paul just a little bit off the mark, but meanwhile on the left-hand side, HalfDevil going to go down here to Moex and the support of Murrdurr. They just kept picking him over and over again, finding those plucks on that Bacchus.
I mean, a lot of the... Oh, no, there's a perfect combo and a late purification as well. The ultimate from Jing lands into the tower. Lofes is going to make it to the sky, and actually 2 shots onto Moex. Not enough to find the kill, though.
One more hit would have been enough. Lofes will survive for now. There's a full minion wave here. They don't want to dive this one, so Lofes does survive for the time being. A nice little play from him to just keep himself up.
And right-hand side here. Gamehunter, no numbers added again. The Cabrakan seeming to get the better of this lane, but not by much. Actually, the Wukong, thanks to the assist early on, has about a 400 gold lead over the Cabrakan.
Good work coming out from no numbers here, and this is a god that I expect to see him a little bit more on. So a little bit more aggressive, but up against Cabrakan, won't find many kills. His player damage will be pretty good, but obviously Vanguard reduces so much on those.
It's going to be a lot of poke in the soul lane, I would imagine, and no numbers just going to get his blue with the help of Pikachu for now, but Pikachu and Aiurz off to a much better start. We really saw those two specifically struggling in the last game, just trying to get anything to happen. They were kind of being the ones forced to play defensively because it was Korinyo and NinjaBobat just constantly trying to gank them with the Hunbat's ult. But now that they have it on their side, they seem a little bit more comfortable.
I'm just looking through the side of Torpedo here so far. I'm going to look down the roster of what they've picked today. They seem to have mixed up the meta completely. Obviously, the meta changed as well, but last season, they mainly focused on Thor, Athena, Hou-Yi, Kronos, Ninja. Not seen any of those today from them, apart from the Hou-Yi.
Yeah, Thor kind of fallen off, but I mean, you're never really going to get rid of Thor. I don't think Thor has changed in a very long time. He always comes in and out of the meta, just a very useful god depending on player skill more than anything.
HalfDevil in mid lane, just trying to soak up a little bit of experience there. Still level 6, same as it can be said for Murrdurr here. Both working on boots as well. More than likely choosing Magi's online for Bacchus. As soon as Pikachu waiting around the corner again. Gonna clear out the ward.
Just a little bit of counter wards, and you can see HalfDevil there this time actually does have the Wrath online, so the Gold Furies will be a little bit more competitive and kind of based around if those are used. Also, just a reminder to those who haven't been watching the pro scene, now has a stun on it since the mid-season update.
And that stun is actually very useful for melee range, just to slow people down and buy your team a little bit of time for extra peel if required as well. But both these supports have very good burst damage with their ultimates as well as the Wrath to secure.
This is a bait.
The mid laners.
Bobat in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to dash away, and same with Korinyo. This could be a forced Gold Fury, though. As you can see, Lofes made the rotation, going to be starting this up, but Jing knows this is happening. Moex right around the corner. Very early Bacchus ult.
That was really early, just to burst it as heavy as possible. Murrdurr's coming in there now, but he's way too late. And now NinjaBobat just going to have to back out of that one. Sorry, not NinjaBobat, the Pikachu, I should say. He's on the home bus this time, but he's still under pressure here as he does get hit by everything but alive for another moment. Gonna jump away to safety as well. How is this monkey still alive? Not for long, Moex says, as he does use the assault.
Moex actually almost dying there as well, and yeah, Pikachu, I mean, getting a little bit caught there. He split up from the rest of his team, and the issue was he was actually, instead of just going straight home, playing it safe, we saw him actually turn his camera multiple times, just trying to get a look. I think he was debating whether he wanted to engage. The issue is the rotation from Gamehunter catches him out. He does get picked up eventually, but almost finds an extra kill onto Moex with the help of his squad.
This is a much better start for whatever here. Gold Fury in hand now for them as well as 2-2 on the scoreline. Obviously, they only lost in that engagement with the Pikachu, so they're not going to be too upset. And Lofes and HalfDevil here, freezing the wave, trying to deny as much as possible, but it doesn't look like Murrdurr wants any that to happen.
He's going to rotate around, the knock-up just off the mark there, but there it is from Sobek. The pluck on the HalfDevil, but I don't know if this is going to be enough damage to kill a Bacchus. No ultimate online for HalfDevil. He used it on the Gold Fury. And it's just going to be a disengage.
Do you have to be a little bit careful here, Torpedo, about over-aggressing too much, because through space and time could come off from the mid lane at any moment, and when the monkey turns up with him in the Pikachu, it could cause a couple of issues for them, so just got to watch how far they do push forward.
And you can see the pings coming out the rotation to the mid lane from Moex. Just going to place a ward for now. Actually, pretty heavily warded on the left-hand side by the duel, and you can actually see 3 just around that bottom side of the Gold Fury. That's going to not only keep Moex safe, but also it's going to make it easier to kind of gank Lofes.
Well, mid-harpies are about to spot on both sides here. Left one's a flashing now as Murrdurr going to poke his nose around because he's got support from his jungle and mid laner as well, those left-hand harpies. Gamehunter and no numbers still going at it. No numbers a little bit lower mana here, so he's going to be a little bit respectful.
Ultimate was online from Cabrakan, but no numbers probably had enough to get somersault off if it was on cooldown there. Just
wall coverage on Torpedo is so good right now. Look at that map. Right across the middle there of the map, you can see red, 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 red in wards. You just control this whole area, and it's the whole team that are warding too, as you can see on the left-hand side. It's not just one member doing all this work.
HalfDevil actually trying to force an ultimate onto Murrdurr, and he does successfully here. Murrdurr gets hit by through space and time, but should be able to disengage, but there it goes. HalfDevil through the portal. They're going to be looking for Murrdurr, but unfortunately, the Fear No Evil doesn't connect with anyone.
Well, they're going to try and invade the blue buff and at least make something worthwhile for themselves, but there's a chance for Torpedo to reinitiate here. Aiurz forced to purify
Aiurz is low mana.
Gamehunter's low mana too, and flopped on, intoxicated as well. Gonna run back to his tame as the tornado comes out from NinjaBobat. It's not enough to get Gamehunter away though, and Aiurz will secure the kill with the last of his mana.
Lofes is gonna rotate over as well. Not gonna be in a position to force anything, but Moex is gonna take that opportunity to steal away the red buff. A nice engage from whatever. Lofes though runs into a little bit of damage, and this is actually just going to delay him getting over to left-hand side, giving Moex not only that guaranteed red buff steal, but also a lot of free farm that Lofes is going to miss, and Lofes knows this. He's going to actually stick around in mid and try and force this.
He's going to push in the wave one more time to soak the experience. You can see Aiurz going to head over to the left-hand side. He does have some support with him as well, so Moex going to be very careful of that coming in there from the Pikachu and the home Batz.
Oh, but look at that ward coverage. Moex knows exactly who's rotating over to this lane. He's going to be able to back successfully. And despite being down a gold Fury, actually has a 300 gold lead and 2 kill lead onto Lofes right now.
As a little bit premature there with the unstable vortex, but got away with it. Yeah, he's just going to be a little bit more careful.
I didn't think it was going to connect either. I was a little bit worried about that timing, but he actually hits it perfectly. And I mean, just kind of hitting it that perfectly means it's going to be off cooldown even sooner.
Very true. Very true. But you've always got to be careful about missing it and just misjudging. Pluck onto Aiurz, but Murrdurr surrounded by 3 targets now. Going to get flopped on as well. Doesn't have charge free to get away. And so has to use the lurking in the waters. Korinyo even forced to ult there to help him out. And Moex, though, making the rotation, could put HalfDevil under a lot of pressure here. HalfDevil trying to juke it out. Going to force the Fear No Evil. There's the airstrike coming down, though. HalfDevil's one hit. Moex can't find it. Korinyo with a Thunder Crash can.
And Pikachu actually, oh no, Aiurz is a little bit caught out. He's going to throw in some damage into Korinyo, but needs to be a little bit careful with Gamehunter lurking around in the mid as well. And it's just going to be a full disengage from both teams, it seems. Aiurz and Lofez going to be soaking up some experience, but seems like Torpedo starting to answer back.
There is a win, though, there for whatever. I mean, they did lose HalfDevil, but they did get the teleport out of Gamehunter there from the right-hand side, which is going to allow No Numbers at the next Gold Fury to once again be over there for it and help them try and get the second one of the game.
If they utilize it. They have to be able to utilize that, though, and No Numbers, at the very least, will get a little bit of solo farm on the right-hand side. You can see he's actually already has 1,000 gold lead over Gamehunter, and that's only going to be extended by Gamehunter not being able to get to his tower in time. It's going to take a little bit of damage, and No Numbers is also going to be able to kind of split this farm with his jungler.
He's nice, got a nice hide of the Urchin online, although look at this, Lofez out of position, has to Purify as well, and use his ultimate, so now still surrounded and under pressure. Sorry, Purify still up. The portal from Aiurz will save the day again. Janus portals to the rescue.
That was a little bit close for Lofez. He rinsed it into the wall there when he had that roll, but Aiurz actually on point with these portals. We saw him last game as well,
see, if he
although he's kind of behind.
If he rensed it, he would have died.
He would have died.
That's the difference.
Well, you could blame Shadow Nightmare on that one.
Lofez.
Shadow Nightmare isn't portaling him out enough.
Oh, okay. That's how it's going to be. 3-3, though. Approaching 11 minutes now. Gold lead is about 1,600, as you can see on the screen, and 1.2k experience lead for the time being. Right harpies go down, but left-hand side Torpedo, they're doing the Gold Fury.
Pikachu knows, though, this is not going to be free. Fear No Evil's up as well, and there it goes. He's going to find 3, and actually, he's going to find a kill. No, the knock-up. Bobat getting chased, overhand smash, can't get around the wall in time, and actually, Gold Fury was picked back up by whatever.
And HalfDevil should be here to secure it, and will secure it.
Murder's
whatever,
dead.
end up getting the Gold Fury. Drummers of War sounded by Korinyo for some damage through the wall, but Torpedo cannot answer back to that one at all. They lose 2 members and the Gold Fury.
Well played by Pikachu there, right? Not only is there a ward coverage in favor of whatever, actually, Korinyo could be in a little bit of trouble, forced to Purify early. There's going to be the teleport to the monkey by Pikachu, overhand smash, nowhere to go. Korinyo falls, another kill for whatever, 6 of the match.
Gamehunter, though, he wants results, and he's going to get one, chase down another. Lofez pinned in, and the Tremors are going to actually force out No Numbers ultimate, but he will survive.
Just barely. Moex actually getting a lot of free farm on the left-hand side, should be able to get this tower, and with how low that whatever is, they're not going to be able to rotate and defend this. Pikachu just going to be getting the red buff. Teleport comes out, but it's not going to be in time. Moex finds his first tower of the match, and right now, whatever, though, I mean, they are controlling this match. A little bit discouraging, though, for how much momentum they have, only being 3k ahead. I felt like they should be a little bit more.
I can feel that one as well. I mean, kills, though, are relatively even. It's a fast-paced game, though, again, Adonis. I mean, we're getting a lot of kills in the time limit here. 10 kills in 12 minutes.
The EU meta has changed.
It starts off with, like, the first 3 minutes, no real kills, but then straight after that, boom, 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 we're up in speed.
To be fair, there's also a lot of kill potential from both these teams, so it makes sense, right? A lot of rotational power as well. Not only do you have Moex on this Jing Wei, who's going to be able to get back to lane after going to base, or get back to a fight after going to base really quickly, but also Korinyo has a lot of just 100-0 burst. Susano as well gets around the map very fast. A lot of kill potential on Pikachu with that Fear No Evil as well.
You mentioned 100-0 burst here, and Cabrakan, well, he can have that sometimes, and he's gone for a Warlock Sash here.
Gamehunter,
which is something you're not used to really seeing on the solo Cabrakan.
I think he just likes this damage for this item more than anything. It is a very efficient item when you look at it statistically, but it just takes so long to ramp up, and to even buy early on that not a lot of people like going it. They'd rather just go the breastplate for cheaper.
HalfDevil in mid lane, going to use the Intoxicate on Korinyo, who answers back with his ultimate, and HalfDevil will go down. Korinyo avoids the final snipe from Lopez, thanks to a Sanctuary coming to his rescue.
Whatever wants to force this,
No
though.
Numbers swinging around the back here. They can force this.
And No Numbers actually is going to get plucked into the tower, but this might be a bait that they don't want to happen, and No Numbers just going to be forced to ult there. No tower. Lofez has actually found Moex, who's rotated around. It's going to be a 1v1 Hunter fight, and it seems like Moex doesn't want to take it. Forced to Sanctuary, and a disengage from whatever on the right-hand side as well, but Gamehunter's actually caught them out.
Good meditate coming out to keep Aiurz alive for a second, and Aiurz still alive for now, but he will go down to Gamehunter. No Numbers answers back with NinjaBobat. Leaping away goes the Pikachu, being chased by Moex, who's very low. No Sanctuary available. Thunder crashing from Korinyo, and the burst from Raijin is there too, but Lofez stands strong. as only one member from each team fall.
That was so well played by Torpedo. You saw them just, the healthy members were kiting in between their low members. They were making sure that Lofes couldn't secure any kills, and once again, Torpedo, 3-4 members get out on less than, I'd say, 200 health there. Very important. That is an SPL level team there. That is how you know that they play at the highest levels, just the ability to keep their teammates alive and not put themselves in a position where they're also going to fall.
Well, right, Hoppy's got the way Torpedo, whatever. Will get the left ones, at least HalfDevil will. Climbing himself up. He's only level 10 right now, though, about to approach level 11, so a level down on Murrdurr at the moment.
And HalfDevil's fine, though. I mean, when it comes to supports, I mean, as long as it's really about the item dependencies, and HalfDevil really needs to get that Urchin online as soon as possible so we can start stacking it up. Urchin itself isn't very stat efficient, but once you get the 10 stacks, that's when it becomes one of the strongest support items in the game.
Well, first look at Hunter build so far this season from these two has been Dev's told NinjaBobat into Igfal, and then Executioner. Now, it was a bit of a change up in game one where we saw Moex went for the Shuriken.
He went the same. I mean, later in the build, but early on he went this.
Yeah, he did, but then he went Shuriken next item.
Yes.
And meanwhile, whatever's Lofes, he actually went for Rage.
Yes.
At this stage.
So
So
for the
just see what
different
crit they
crit.
choose for. Yeah.
And I think that's because the Wind Demon, the Shuriken, isn't actually efficient unless you have another crit item. Very similar to Deathbringer, so mathematically I think Lofes is playing it correctly. But I mean, if you get lucky, it's kind of like one of those things where you can get lucky with your Deathbringer or Shuriken procs, and if you're procking it more often than the percentage would, you know, say you should.
Aggression on air is going to pull him in, force out through space and time on him, and that's been used defensively. Meanwhile, Pikachu going in with the Fear No Evil, trying to answer back onto Korinyo there. So a fight washes in the mid lane, ult for ult burn.
I will say that whatever has utilized Janus ult much more efficiently in this game, right? Not only to get across the map, but also just in the middle of fights, right? If Aiurz uses it early, they'll kind of wait, and then they'll just kind of take the portals and loop around and flank Torpedo quite often. Right there also, just using it defensively to make sure to get his team out.
You talk about waiting here, you can just see Lofes just positioned, waiting patiently in the mid. Pluck onto Pikachu, though, and the follow-up damage is good, but is it enough for a kill? No. The drums of war have been sounded, and it will get a kill for Korinyo, but Lofes to the sky, looking for the 3-man snipes in a row. Sanctuary burn, 1 second needed. Oh my god, Lofes played that to perfection.
And now the rotation coming in from no numbers as well. Murrdurr going to be forced to tail whip the players away, needs to make sure that his team stays alive, but Lofes with those
That's beautiful.
That is not easy. Also waits out the Sanctuary. He felt that Korinyo was going to use it, and then just the timing was absolute perfection, almost max range as well. HalfDevil, though, finds a stun and a knock up on a Moex.
But he can jump away straight away with the agility, and now Moex returns the damage to HalfDevil in spades. Lofes, though, answering back to Gold Fury has spawned here, and whatever, looking around there, but HalfDevil relatively low, and he didn't go away before the ward was cleared there, so they know where HalfDevil is.
And HalfDevil actually still in an awkward position. He's going to get flung back, knocked up, pulled in. He's actually going to jump aggressively. No numbers over the wall. HalfDevil's already fallen, and Gamehunter's looping around as well. They're all in this tight corridor. Aiurz trying to get out, needs a portal. Still a couple more seconds on the cooldown. He has his ult, but he didn't even bother charging it.
I love what Gamehunter did there. Just like, enough of this, get me out. Blinks into mid lane, though, as a celebration factor. We're going to give him that one. Meanwhile, though, NinjaBobat caught out of position on the Susano. They're going to get picked up by no numbers as well. 2 members of each, so 2 members of whatever, 1 member of Torpedo have died so far.
Oh, Lofes managed to get back just in time, but Gamehunter, I mean, he's still here. He's going to be focusing on these mid-harpies instead, though. 99 in kills. Neither team, I mean, it's only 2,000 gold, less than 1,500 separating these teams. This is a dead even game.
And meanwhile, Gamehunter, we mentioned the Warlock Sash here, but he's nearly got the stacks completed now. He's over 50% of those stacks complete at 62 right now, and now they're looking to invade the speed.
Oh, trouble for Pikachu. He's going to get flung back. Purification is a little bit late, but it doesn't matter. Murrdurr actually saved Pikachu.
Oh, but the ult is there from Korinyo, and that'll secure the kill for them. No numbers. He's paying attention to him now in the back as well, but he doesn't have ultimate, so he's got to disengage. Intoxicate from HalfDevil on the mark, going to allow Lofes to pick up 1. He picked up 1 earlier as well, and Gamehunter, though, very, very tanky.
Lofes is playing at such a high level. The issue seems to be his ability to farm. In both these matches, despite him hitting all of his basic attacks, he always seems to be an item behind Moex who is just farming more efficiently. We're seeing him rotate around the map quite often, but not getting enough to warrant the rotations.
Gamehunter a little bit aggressive there, looking for that red
By himself,
buff.
too.
And I like the idea that he walked away in the end when he saw Lofes was there too. Did actually manage to get us in an awkward position for a moment, but Portals came to the rescue once more.
And now, a grouping actually from Torpedo, 5 members into the mid lane. Or excuse me, 4. Murrdurr still dead. They're just trying to inch away this tower right now, but they have to deal with a couple members of whatever, and they're going to be able to defend successfully right now. Rotation over to the Gold Fury, it seems, but whatever's going to find quickly that Torpedo were just doing their buffs instead.
Moex did go for that Wind Demon one more time as well, just to know that one. He likes that item a lot, and it's actually whatever. They're going to pull the Gold Fury here, trying to abuse the situation. They've got some crit damage coming out there as well from Lofes. Just a little bit of it that comes in hand, but Torpedo are here to defend.
And it's actually going to be a reset, and there goes the Fear No Evil, forcing out 2 members, and Moex is forced to airstrike away into the mid lane, actually, and it seems like whatever are trying to back out of this, but they're not exactly sure. It's a little bit of miscommunication from their team right now.
But the poke damage is coming out from both teams. Snipes over the wall from Lofes, connect with 2, not the third. Murrdurr still surrounded and slowed down too by that threshold. Surviving as long as he can, lurking in the waters, but they're still looking for the pick. Charge Prey will get him away, and HalfDevil chooses the wrong option as Bobat disengages on the left as well. Whatever are winning this fight, but Korinyo is back.
And Gamehunter's back as well. They're going to start up the Gold Fury and quickly realize that they can't force this. The disengage is going to happen. No numbers, he's going to be fine. Ox forms away, and there's actually the ultimate. No numbers has ult as well. I'm a little bit surprised Korinyo procced his ult in that situation.
Don't think they actually had war control there, Torpedo, and I think that's why we saw Korinyo pop the ult as well, just in case they were doing that Gold Fury. But that being on cooldown is a sign for whatever to try and get aggressive.
Look at Gamehunter. Oh, this is trouble for Aiurz if he gets pinched. And it's going to be red. There's the blink, but he can't find the stun. Just does. But still, Aiurz makes it through the wall in time. And now blink is down from Gamehunter. But look at this. I mean, Gamehunter's just been bullying all these players, not allowing them to back.
Tier 1 tower goes down, and the Tremor is going to create a zone for them. No numbers under pressure here. Going to have to Suncloud soon, and does so. Meanwhile, on the front, HalfDevil keeping him busy, but can't stop Gamehunter going for Lofes. Lofes trapped inside the Tremors, needs a puddle to get out through space and time, fired off. Lofes back to safety. Meanwhile, Gamehunter is still Tremor in the front side, and now the Fear No Evil connects, giving Lofes the kill.
Bobat finds one, and there's the pluck back from HalfDevil as well. He's actually going to jump in place, but look at theirs.
Oh, he
takes his portals, finds the double kill as well, and HalfDevil still managed to stay alive. Lofes and Pikachu chasing out Bobat. The mobility is real, but it doesn't matter. The monkey finds the kill, and now Murrdurr, he's left all alone by himself. Every other member of his team has died, and it seems like whatever are actually chasing this instead of forcing the Gold Fury.
I think they could have even forced Fire Giant there, to be fair, if they would have realized that. Send one member to deal with Murrdurr there, and then look for the Fire Giant. It was an opportunity for them. They've got plenty of time. They've missed a window there, Adonis, and it may hurt them now.
I mean, this is the inexperience of a team right now. Instead of going for either the Gold Fury or a Fire Giant, or even splitting this tower and going to Gold Fury, they seem to not know what they want to do. They're going to start it now, but it's a little bit riskier. Moex, 10 seconds, he's going to be able to respawn and get into this fight.
How much damage have they got? Because
Gamehunter has TP as well.
Murder's on the way. He has Wrath.
He's TPing in behind them.
TPing as well. We'll see how this goes. He comes around the corner. Gamehunter's the first to the action. Going to stun out the Pikachu, but they're still looking for it. Wrath goes down, whatever. Get the Fire Giant. It was delayed, though, and they may get casualties because of it.
They need to get
casualties. Gamehunter is dead, as is Murrdurr. The reinforcements from Torpedo cannot save the Fire Giant or themselves.
And the team just ults away thanks to Aiurz once again. Whatever. I was a little bit worried about that call, but they still make it work in the end. And now Fire Giant in hand, 16-10 in kills, 22 minutes in. They have full control of this match. They're going to be able to get this Gold Fury as well, unless Torpedo want to risk fighting this, which, you know, at this point in the map, they probably don't want to.
I'd actually say that was probably the better call from them overall to go back to base. They realized the window that they had to do that Gold Fury and the timings. I guess they weren't expecting Gamehunter to come in there, but it worked out well overall for them. So whatever, get the Fire Giant, get the Gold Fury. Gold lead stretches to 4.5k, and every single one of these Torpedo towers is now under threat. Whatever could split today. They could find the draw against Torpedo, and it's so important.
Speaking of splitting, Torpedo actually seems like they want to split push. Susano is in position, and they're going to start pressuring this tier 2 on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Pikachu taking out a tower in the mid lane, and someone's going to have to back and defend their Phoenix. They can't risk losing that.
They're going to base race this so far. 2 on the right are still going at it, so Torpedo get a tier 2 on the right. Meanwhile, tier 1 on the mid and tier 1 on the left go the way of whatever. Looking at the tier 2, Lofes on the damage on the front.
3 people actually grouped up here. Murrdurr and Gamehunter, the only 2 on the left-hand side, but they're pretty tanky for now. Murrdurr, nice dash away. Gamehunter, though, it's going to be a little bit of trouble for him unless he wants to re-engage, and it seems like he does. The shell comes out. Here comes Korinyo as well, Lofes. And there goes the Raijin and a lot of damage. Lofes barely gets up into the sky.
Korinyo dashes out as well, and Lofes doesn't...
Gamehunter has no idea!
He's behind you, my friend! Too late, he's going to get away now. He's going to continue giving chase. He'll find the kill, but he's going to go down in trade. Meanwhile, talking about trades, HalfDevil on the left-hand side is under pressure too, but NinjaBobat has turned up and keeping Gamehunter alive for a moment. Not long enough, though.
And look at this, the rotation. Aiurz actually able to take out Korinyo on the left-hand side. Here comes No Numbers. He's going to go bird form, and actually, they're going to be looking for Murrdurr, or actually to keep pushing. The meditation comes out. HalfDevil going to be a little bit healthier here, and here comes Pikachu back into the fight. He's actually going to catch NinjaBobat in the mid. There's the slow, a little bit off the mark. Actually plucked back into the tower. This is going to be trouble from him. Except here comes the rotation. HalfDevil going to make sure that Pikachu stays alive.
There is 4 members here to be able to tank up this tier 2 tower with a full minion wave too. Fire Giant will help him bring it down a little bit more. Just above half health right now it is, and whatever. They've got themselves in a fantastic position this game.
They need to be careful, though. This has been a little bit sloppy from them. They definitely could have looked to pressure the Phoenixes or bait a fight, but a little bit of miscommunication, some kill chasing, and just some awkward engagements. The team's going to rotate over to the right-hand side. No Numbers and Aiurz. Actually, not even going to take out that tier 1 tower. They all have a fair amount of gold in their pockets, so just going to back spin those. Get some power spike items. Mantle of Discord now for No Numbers. Titan's Bane coming out for Pikachu. Obsidian Shard for Aiurz. That was a good back for all of them.
I'm going to go back to the Stone of Gaia again for Murrdurr here. He's picked this up a couple of games now, and it's just raw health and raw regeneration on this item, but it's been over and over again buffed, so it's actually been more cost efficient as time's gone on.
It's actually very useful if you're not going to get 100-0 bursted. The issue is that Murrdurr is kind of dying in these situations, and protections would go a long way for him. Just staying alive. Lofes specifically has been doing a fair amount of damage once he rotates, and you can see he's 3rd in the damage charts right now.
Well, last game, it was Torpedo that won in 24 minutes. We're at 25 now, and it's whatever in control. No Phoenix is down just yet, though, so it'll probably be about that next Fire Giant that's going to be very important for Torpedo to get back into it.
Split push on the left-hand side, actually, by Torpedo.
I mean, are they really going to base race this again? Because there's so many members on the left-hand side. They're giving up the tier 2 tower on the right for free, and if whatever recognize that, they should look at a Phoenix here. And yeah, it's Torpedo out of position here. 2 members trying to back to get back to a Phoenix, but
No Numbers stopped their back too. Oh, beautiful.
Perfect.
He doesn't even need to kill them. He just needs to stay alive and distract them. This is going to be a 4v3 on the right-hand side. Murrdurr in a little bit of trouble. Lofes gets knocked up, and Susano in the back line. NinjaBobat trying to make an important kill, but the Phoenix has already fallen.
Snipes from Lofes looking for Murrdurr. Misses the first, second, and third hit.
Just barely.
If the first one connected, he would have found the kill there. But No Numbers work on the back there to stop him split pushing. Deny the back in as the majority thing there has just given Torpedo, given whatever an even bigger opportunity.
And this could be trouble for Mox. Actually, Aiurz, look at him. He's trying to set up a kill, but he doesn't realize he's caught in between 4. He's going to portal straight into Bobat, forced the ult. He is going to get away. No! Plucked back in straight into the ult from Korinyo, and that is not a pick whatever wanted to happen.
Well, luckily enough, through space and time did fire, so No Numbers gets himself out of danger too. And I don't think whatever will be too upset overall there. They did hang around a little bit that cost him something, but
a little bit of greed from Aiurz.
Phoenix.
That was pretty big greed from Aiurz there, but I mean, now the fire minions rotating on the right-hand side. It is the side that the Fire Giant spawns on, so not the most ideal situation, but still gonna have that presence and push power that someone from Torpedo has to deal with.
Well, this window is going to allow Torpedo to just steal the jungle and get a little bit more experience, try and close the gap on that experience so far in this game. Still only 1 member of their team at level 20 here, which is Moek, so keep an eye on him. He went for the Jing Wei option. All the other hunters are available, but he chose the Jing Wei.
And it's been incredibly useful just for farming situations. He's been ahead of Lofes all game. Despite whatever being ahead 8,000, 9,000 as a team, he's actually dead even in gold right now with Lofes, which is absolutely incredible for being this far behind.
He's still got 1 item to finish there as well. Meanwhile, you can see whatever. He's built a little bit more expensive with that Deathbringer Rage, and Rama's about to start swinging in this game too. You can already see he's 3rd on the Janus charts. Lofes could actually go off at any moment in this game.
He's been playing incredibly. Oh, trouble for Pikachu. He's going to be forced out. Purification now. Not going to be available for this next fight.
But it's a really good purification. It was instant as well. Even before the charge parade hit him, he'd already used it.
We have seen a few slow purifications kind of in this match. Just not only this game, but the one before that. And here comes No Numbers.
Gonna get plucked, and immediately Thunder crashing away with Korinyo there, not into the engagement whatsoever. It's whatever, controlling the pit now, and a good flop from HalfDevil and an ultimate on Korinyo. Means Korinyo's gonna purify and Sanctuary too, but they're still giving chase for him. Lofes in the sky as well, looking for the snipes. Will secure the snipes. Only took 2 of them, and back to the action we go. No Numbers forced to Cloud.
all ultimates actually offline right now, except for no numbers, and a nice pluck. It's going to be hard for whatever to keep up the chase on the right-hand side. Gamehunter, he's just bullying out these carries in the back line.
Lofes is doing so much work pushing them back with those in-hands right now. Pikachu on the right will get away from Gamehunter, and Gamehunter, like you said, he was keeping the back line busy, but now he's isolated and surrounded. 3 members going to run him down here.
Does he have Blink? His Blink, oh no, not another 80 seconds. He's just going to try and do as much damage as possible, and he's doing a fair amount. And this is actually, even if he dies here, he's going to allow Torpedo to get healthy, come back into the engagement, and look at this, whatever actually, their players are very low, so it is going to be a pick. It's just not going to be the best position for whatever.
Well, it gives a window for Torpedo to set up the Fire Giant with ward coverage here. Moex, though, has gone way deep into the jungle. I'm a little bit worried about how far up he came, and I thought he was going to come all the way to that fight. Like, no, 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 don't do that. But Fire Giant control is Torpedoes for now. They've got a 1-man advantage, though, whatever, for the next 45 seconds, with Gamehunter being dead.
Aiurz also, he has Rod of Tahuti online. I'm not sure if it was up in that last engagement, but he definitely finished it off with a little bit more gold there. And Gamehunter, I mean, he's going to be the key for Torpedo. He zoned out Aiurz. He actually almost 100-0 bursted him. I think if he had a Soul Reaver there, Aiurz would have been dead. And then Pikachu, after he burned Fear No Evil, Gamehunter just kept both of them busy. So whatever, either need to take a fight in kind of more of an open area so they don't have to deal with that annoying Cabrakan, or someone has to peel that back line.
Well, we've seen these baits a couple of times, but this time, whatever, going to pull it very early, already below half health at the moment.
Murrdurr.
No numbers on zone control at the moment, and the Wrath is available. The Wrath comes through, whatever, get the Fire Giant, and Murrdurr is evaporated.
And look at this, HalfDevil actually trying to force more. There's going to go the Susano wall, just trying to disengage, and Susano should be able to make it away. Moex has ult if he gets in a little bit of rougher position, but look at this, a beautiful ult from Aiurz.
And there's the airstrike coming out of Moex, forced to do so, but wherever
This
he
is not
lands,
a good position for
it's
him.
going to be an awful position to be in, and he will fall down to Lofes again, who's now on a killing spree. Going to ult to get rid of aggro for a second as well, be able to reposition himself, looking for the Phoenix.
And there it is, Susano to the back line, and Bobat comes up with an important kill onto the Hunter, and it looks like whatever, they're still going to look to push. They've already taken out 2 members. It's going to be this mid-Phoenix. NinjaBobat trying to get to the back line. He's looking for Aiurz, and there it is. Oh, he TPs too early. Aiurz actually makes it through his portal just in
Phoenix
time.
Still stands, and there's the ultimate coming out from Korinyo too. Big pull coming out there from NinjaBobat, but there's no real follow-up damage available for them. The Phoenix holds for the time being, and the main reason is Lofes was killed off by Bobat.
And look at this, Aiurz still trying to pressure this Phoenix. I mean, they really want it right now. HalfDevil very low, forced to jump away. No numbers, is up front by himself. Everyone's backed up, but he does successfully get the Phoenix, thanks to the actually Mantle of Discord finding the stun.
Evil from Pikachu, a re-engage comes in there, but Korinyo Thunder crashes in. Unstable Vortex doesn't connect either, thanks to the Sanctuary, so he gets out. Now the body blocks are coming out on, so the Pikachu is trying to run away on that little monkey. One more hit's all he needs, but he jukes into the threshold to buy himself time. The threshold for the mobility was huge.
Gamehunter as well, he's come back in. Here's Moex, Aiurz trapped inside the Cabrakan ult, and Trimmer's actually doing so much damage. Gamehunter's still alive. No numbers finally takes him out. Aiurz can't stay alive from Moex, and now Bobat and Moex up against no numbers and HalfDevil. The tanks versus the carries right now. Good stun, Moex. It's a double kill for no numbers, and HalfDevil with the jump. Bobat can't stay alive. Whatever, come out on top. It's almost a full deicide. Korinyo, the only one managing to stay alive for Torpedo.
That was insane. The Pikachu got out of that fight. I don't even know. He basically stepped on the threshold from Janus. He juked into the threshold to get the mobility, to give himself that 1 extra second of mobility. And it's now allowed whatever to clean up. They've got so much time here. This is going to be a split.
I mean, the issue is that Bobat actually messed up. You can auto-attack cancel with that jet stream, but he doesn't do it. And all he needed was the extra auto-attack. You can actually auto-attack, pop your teleport, but here it goes, the Titan.
1 second, I mean, there's an opportunity for Korinyo, but Korinyo's still going to fall down already to the Pikachu again. Body blocks from Murrdurr are coming out, but it's not going to be enough. The Titan should fall here. Whatever will split with Torpedo. 1 point to each of these teams at the beginning of the relegations.
You know, everyone said that EU is going to be more competitive, and I thought it was too. And after Torpedo honestly stomped whatever in that first game, I'm like, okay, Torpedo are a tried and true team, with a lot of SPL experience. Now that we've seen them kind of win that first game, I expect them to kind of roll through this one pretty easily, and it's going to be up to the other 3 to figure out who will be there. But I mean, whatever, just played beautifully, especially once they kind of got their synergy together. It was very similar to Torpedo in that first game, where it took them about 14 minutes to start playing properly as a team. It took whatever a little bit longer, but once they did, and I got to give full shout-outs to Lofes for that game.
Well, both teams still in contention there. Matches played 1. They'll play 3 matches each team today, so they still have the opportunity. 5 points is the magical number you're looking for, but you can get away with 4 if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Things go in your favor.
Honestly, with how this is going, it might end up being 4 makes it, just because of how competitive that first match was.
And we got Fantastique versus Cyclone next as well, and those 2 teams, obviously, they have their opportunity to take those standings. If they 2-0 there, they get 3 points, so they're already at the top to begin things off with.
And let's talk a little bit about Moex here. Back in the Hunter role, actually played pretty well in that second game when it came to the farming aspect, but a little bit caught out at the end.
I just don't know about the Jing pick. He seemed a bit weird for me. I mean, obviously, game 1, he played the whole year, had a fantastic performance, and you can see that here on your screen. Like, he found ricochets from these sort of angles.
I mean, his farming was, kind of massively above Lofes, and that ricochet was.
He didn't even
that was
aim
absurd.
It. You know, he didn't aim that. He just went 1-1.
He just flicked it.
Yeah, he just flicked it. I'm like, well, see if this hits.
That seems like Moex. I don't think Moex goes and practices.
Lofes, that snipe was hot.
That was, I think, max timing. I didn't check the circle.
Yes, it was.
But I mean, that was like less than a second, and then Aiurz. I mean, first game was a little bit awkward. He had some nice snipes when it came to hitting NinjaBobat, but game 2 is when he really shined.
He really did. So did the whole of whatever here, so they keep themselves in this one. Everyone's expected it to be close here in Europe, and it really is today. Already, just 2 teams have played, and already I'm like, I have no clue who's making it.
It's just whatever at this point.
What a fantastic joke, Kevin. Guys, we'll be back after the break. Fantastique will take on Fantastique will take on Cyclone GG next as well. Be right back after this short break with that set.